WWE stocks drop to an all-time low. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is actually probably the most serious video that I've probably made in a very long time. The reason being, this is an actual general impact towards WWE. One of the things that I would usually talk about is WWE ratings. I would talk about why the WWE ratings aren't doing too well. I would go into regards to the storylines, etc. And I said, a lot of years ago, I said this, that WWE cannot rely on their stock. And obviously, some other YouTubers, whenever they were saying that the ratings don't matter, were like, yeah, but WWE has the stock. You have to bear in mind, and by no means am I a massive expert in regards to WWE stock, but what I will say is that if you are constantly putting out a bad product, if you are constantly putting out the same shit over and over again, if you are constantly, your ratings on television are dropping, if your viewership on YouTube is dropping, if everyone that generally didn't, some people didn't, like myself, didn't watch WrestleMania, people aren't watching Raw, people aren't watching SmackDown, then your stock's gonna drop. But apparently, you know, certain people, walk culture, thought, hey, everything's fine. No, it's not. I'm looking at it right now. You can Google it yourself, if you like, if you want to get, by no means, am I happy? Yes, I am. I am actually happy, because, yeah, actually, I'm happy, because this is a kick in the arse. This here, right now, this stock thing is more of a kick than any of these so-called boycotts or anything that can do. This is the most effective that WWE have witnessed. Look at this. They were at like 95, steadily going up even through that. And they just took a dramatic drop. It's just gone down. It's gone down. It has gone down in the last 5 days. Today was the most effective. It is just, they've nearly lost 15% of the shares. Now, in the grand scheme of things, that is a big loss. That is a massive loss. Okay? So I'm going to pull up an article here. We're going to get some more information in regards to this. This is this is big. And I think some people might not understand, like, how significantly big this is. This is massive. This is the most hurt that WWE have gone through. Now, I'm going to go to the experts. I'm going to go to the Financial Times. There's no point going to any sources here. Investors SmackDown shares of World Wrestling Entertainment on Thursday after the company revealed a surprise drop in the quarterly revenue. Hurt by weaker and weaker attendance and television ratings. What did I tell you? I told you this was going to happen. I told you. I said this was going to happen. You didn't listen. Nobody listens to Uncle Jerry. Everyone's, and I don't want to be that. I told you this was gonna happen. And the TV ratings don't matter. Oh, they don't. Like, I said this on multiple occasions. I said this, that if WWE do not get their act together in the last 2 years, I said this even 2 years ago, they need to get their act together, because something like this is gonna happen, and it has. And I hate to say I told you so, but you know, I told you so. The reason why this is dropped, and this is from the Financial Times, people, is because of a weaker attendance and television ratings. Directly from the Financial Times. So they see this, all this horseshit that these channels put out that say that television ratings don't matter. Can we all just say that you're all wrong now? Can we just say that you're wrong? Because guess what? You're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. Sorry to put it that way, and to sound like a cocky little shit, but I'm right. I said that this was gonna happen. No one well, most of us actually with a brain believed me. There was a few people that didn't. I told you that this matters. Television ratings in stock matters. Investors matter. WWE said domestic TV ratings for Raw and SmackDown fell 15% and 13%, respectively, while average in attendance at North America events slipped to 11%. Executives cited the absence of top talent, which is horseshit. That's wrong. I'm sorry, but you have all the talent that you have in the company. That negatively impacted. There's just an excuse for investors to come back, but investors and people that buy stock know full well WWE right now is at their maximum potential and they're doing nothing with it. WWE right now has no chance of growing, it's going back. If you look at the ratings 10 years ago, if you look at the actual overall reaction 10 years ago, it's gone down. If you look at the Google Trends, it's gone down. I'm just saying, guys, like, you have to bear in mind that what I've been saying for nearly all these years, even back in Enter the Arena, shout out to Tom Banks, even when I was on Enter the Arena, I said this was going to happen. The quarter also included WWE's WrestleMania event, which attracted a sellout crowd at the MetLife Stadium. Sellout. The company noted that the WWE Network surpassed 2 million subscribers the following day. Here's the problem with that. And this is why, and I know WWE are very, well, we got 2 million. 2 million's actually quite bad, to be honest. 2 million for the network, like, is just utterly ridiculous. But the problem is that people will buy it for Mania and then they just disable it. So that 2 million, and not WWE are very flexible with their numbers. Like, even with the attendance record, like, they knock it up a few, like, they just add staff members in there and stuff to try and bump it up, which isn't true. But in terms of the 2 million subscribers in the network, that will go down. After Mania, it goes down because people just like, well, do I really want to watch a little half-baked pay-per-view? Also, the Saudi Arabia thing. I think that's another reason why this is happening as well. You know, I don't really have much of a opinion on it, really, because I don't really, like, you know. But at the end of the day, I think that's another reason why the stock has dropped as well. And because they need to go to TV 14. I'm sorry, okay? If this isn't evidence that since WWE have left TV 14, things have gone bad. These naysayers that say TV 14 does not work with WWE, look at everything from 2008 right to now. Where does the arrow look like it's going? It is going down. It is going down. And I'm not saying that TV 14 is going to save everything, but at least it'll give wrestlers some type of foundation to at least sell tickets. Some of the wrestling events are empty. I'm just saying, just be honest with yourself. Stop lying. While engagement and critics over the last 2 quarters are impacted by superstar absences, which is horseshit, we believe that they will improve as our talent return and launch our new season following the successful WrestleMania. Chairman and Chief Executive Vince McMahon said in a statement, "We remain excited about the future." Fuck off, Vince. Particularly our debut on Fox in October. You see, WWE are like, and listen, I understand that they're fighting for, and I'm sure they have to say this, but, like, just look at the way the company's going. Like, it's time, I'm sorry, oh god, I'm just sad. I think it's time for Vince to maybe take a step down. I think it's, and I'm not saying Triple H is probably going to do any better, but I think it is time for Vince to retire. I know no one else will say it, I will. I do think it's time for Vinnie Mac to retire. and bring someone fresh in on the chair, because this is just gone downhill. And I'm not saying Vince is totally... I know people bash Vince, and I understand that. I think what he's done with the wrestling world, you know, before 2008 was absolutely phenomenal. He brought wrestling to the forefront of it. Whether people will agree with that or not is up to them. But afterwards, he lost his shit because he started, like, taking the tools away from wrestlers with, you know... Like, he started making things terrible. We remain excited, particularly in the Fox thing. Kinetic-based WWE, the wrestling juggernaut, whose events have starred John Cena, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Ronda Rousey, have sought to drive revenue growth through streaming video subscriptions and new TV rights and new TV deals with Fox, which will broadcast on SmackDown on Friday nights. The company has also expanded, all of Middle East, all that there bullshit. Total revenue in the first quarter fell 2.8% year after year to 182.4 million. Missing analysis, average forecast of 199 million. Amid weaker ticket sales and merchandise sales, WWE booked a net loss of 8.4 million or 11 cents a share, compared to its 14.8 million profit or 18 cents a share. In the same period a year earlier, analysts were looking for a loss of 7 cents per share. If you don't know what that means, they're fucked, pretty much. WWE maintained its outlook for a full year revenue of 1 billion, slightly below our analysts' 1.03 billion estimate. Shares tumbled 11%, etc, etc. Yeah, I told you this was gonna happen. If you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, right, this is like, and I don't want to sound, I know it sounds very smarky to like, oh, what would I do, right? And I know, but just bear with me when I say this. I honestly think Vince needs to look, and I think he needs to go back to the old school where 1 or 2 people just book the show. This kind of committee of writers that they have, where Stephanie McMahon and Triple and all just look over, and then Vince will just pick something out and go, I quite like that, let's do it. That system doesn't work. There needs to be either 1 or 2 guys in the they need to go old school with the booker concept to actually have a dialogue. Like, if you're having everyone coming up with different ideas, the WWE's going to go in different... And I haven't talked about this, but from what I've heard, the writing is like, there's a committee of like 20 guys, and then they just throw stuff in the middle just to hope it sticks. That type of stuff doesn't work. We need either 1 or 2 people with a clear dialogue that clearly know what's happening, okay? And that's what, it's like a director for a movie, and then there's 20 other co-writers and other directors that are directing this movie left, right, and center. There needs to be someone with a clear goal, and Vince can just give a go-ahead or whatever, and that's alright, but we need someone in the driver's seat that knows what the hell they're doing, and to actually put this company straight. Because if they do not, WWE will not, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but in the next 10 years, they will not be around. If they continue to do what they're doing now. I thought when they addressed this on Raw that things aren't going too well, then there might be a change. But there hasn't. It's just been boring after boring concept, one after the other. It is the same thing over and over again. And it's all well and good for me to sit in this chair and say what they need to do, but in reality, it's coming to a point now where WWE, with this PG modem, isn't working. The PG thing is not working. It is time to go to TV-14. There is a rumor that Fox want TV-14. That's the rumor that's going on. I said this in a video, and I usually don't delve into rumors, but if I had to bet, Fox are only going with WWE because they have allowed it to go TV-14, then they will officially announce it. I'm just saying right now, it wouldn't surprise me if Vince does something dramatically different. And I don't mean when Vince just walks into Raw and does this and that. Vince needs to walk in to Raw and I'm not saying for him to address everything, but he needs to say one of two things. This is what we're doing forward for fans, and we're going TV14. That is the only way. See, if he said TV14 is going to go up, I damn sure tell you that the ratings will be back. But they won't do it. Like, and there's here and there, but all these so-called investors that were all for family-friendly product, where are they? They're leaving. I'm just saying. That's all I gotta say today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will have a review of the Avengers, spoiler-free, later on, hopefully today or tomorrow. I have seen it, so there we go. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Actually, a fucking long video for once, 15 minutes, Jesus. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. This is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel, signing out.